Now we are going to study company meeting. Let us see what is the meaning of meeting. Meeting is nothing but coming face to face, coming in the company or coming together. They are discussing important matters. And what are the classifications of the meeting? In the first one is meeting of shareholders. The sub-classifications are general meeting, which includes statutory meeting, annual general meeting, extraordinary meeting. Second one is class meeting of shareholders of different classes of shares, or company has more than one class of shares. An extraordinary meeting. And second major classification is meeting of creditors and debenture holders. It will include two sub-classification during the lifetime of the company and at the time of winding up of the company. Third one is meeting of directors. For example, the PL Limited obtained a certificate commences business on January 31st, 2003. It can hold the statutory meeting any time between 1st March 2003, that is not earlier than, and 30th July 2003, that is not later than. And after that, you have to prepare the statutory report that the board of directors are at least 21 days before the day on which the meeting is to be held, forward a report called a statutory report. Statutory report is forwarded to every members of the company. And what are the contents of statutory report? Number one is total shares allotted, cash received, abstract of receipts and payment, directors and auditor, contract, underwriting contract, arrears of calls, commission and brokerage. And certificate of report. The certificate of report should be corrected not less than 2 directors. In this director, one of this directors shall be managing director. Sometimes the auditor also certified. Finally, this copy to be sent to the register of the company for the registration. One of the copies sent to the members of the company. And what are the procedure at the time of the meeting? The procedure includes a list of the company, what matter we are going to discuss to the formal aspect and then adjournment. That means the breaking up of the meeting. And what are the consequences of the default? If you are default to follow that particular procedure, the company is punishable with the fine amount which may extend rupees 5,000. Next, annual general meeting, section 166 and 167. The annual general meeting is very important meeting. It is usually held at once in a year. So the annual general meeting is conducted both a private company as well as the public company, whether limited by shares or by guarantee, having or not having a share capital. And the meetings to be held annually and transact the ordinary business of the company. This one hold a first annual general meeting within a period of 18 months from the date of incorporation. If there is any special reason, the period may extending 3 months. And the time and place of the meeting. Usually every annual general meeting shall be called during the business hours on a day that is not a public holiday. It is held in the register office or at a time some other places. That is, it may be within a city, town or villages, and also fix some timings. So annual general meeting called by giving not less than 21 days notice in writing. So it is a statutory requirement. Annual general meeting cancelled only by the board of directors. And what are the consequences we are all facing? So consequences of failure to hold the annual general meeting. Number one is any member can apply under section 167 to the tribunal or general government for calling the meeting. The company and every officer who is in default shall be punishable with fine. And power of central government. If default is made by the company, any members can apply under section 167 to the tribunal or central government for calling the meeting. What are the penalty under the section 168? The punishable with the fine amount I have already mentioned, that may be extended to 50,000. In case if the default is continuing, it may be extended rupees 2,500 for every day. And next one is extraordinary meeting. That extraordinary meeting, statutory meeting, annual general meeting are called ordinary meeting, and all other general meeting other than this two are called extraordinary general meeting. So this meeting are convened to deal with the extraordinary matters which fall outside the unusual business of the annual general meeting. So extraordinary general meeting are generally called for transacting some urgent or special business which cannot be postponed till the next annual general meeting. Every business transacted at this meeting is called a special business. And what are the person authorized to convince the meeting? By an extraordinary meeting convened by the board of directors, and this includes on its own on requisition of the members. Second one is extraordinary meeting is convened by on the basis of by the request. And next we are going to study third classification, class meeting. Class meeting are those meetings which are held by the shareholders of a particular class of the shares. For example, preference shareholders or debenture holders. Class meetings are generally conducted when it is proposed to alter, vary or affect the rights of the particular class of the shareholders. So affecting such changes, it is necessary that a separate meeting of shareholders of those shares is to be held, and the matter is to be approved in the meeting by the special resolution. And what are all the requisites we needed for the valid meeting? Number one is the meeting must be duly convened by the proper authority, and when you are going to call the general meeting, all the board of directors should pass the resolution. If they don't call the meeting, the members of the company may call the meeting, and you have to prepare the notice of the company. A proper notice should be given to all the members, and all others are entitled to attend the meeting. And the length of the notice, that is not less than 21 days of notice in writing to the members. And the quorum of the meeting, quorum of minimum number of members is to be present the meeting as required as per rules. Any business transacted at the meeting without quorum is invalid. So the main purpose of quorum is to avoid decision being taken at a meeting by a small minority which may be found to be unacceptable to the vast majority of the members. So this kind of quorum of the meeting is to be laid down in the articles of the association. If there is any absence of any provision in the articles of association, that should be laid down in the Companies Act 2013 under section 103 will apply. And next we will see what is the meaning of chairman. Chairman is a person who has been designated or elected to preside over and conduct the proceeding of the meeting. He is the chief authority in the conduct and control of the meeting. And what is the agenda? Agenda is nothing but it is literally things to be done, what we are going to discuss in the particular meeting. So it refers to the program of the business to be transacted at the meeting. And next we are going to study what is the meaning of minutes. So minute is nothing but does contains a fair and correct summary of what discussed in the meeting. So the minute must be prepared and signed within the 30 days the conclusion of the meeting. So the minute books of the meeting must be kept at the registered office of the company or at such other places as may be approved by the board. Next very important terms you want to know the meaning this. The term proxy. Proxy is nothing but it refers to the person who is nominated by the shareholders to represent him at a general meeting of the company. So it refers to the instrument through which such a nominee is named and authorized to attend the meeting. So these are all the basic terms we can understood under the company's meeting. Thank you.